Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medinah Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called the Blue Lagoon. The ingredients you need are 1.5 ounces of vodka, 1/2 ounce of blue curacao. We love blue curacao.
We do. I'm missing it.
1/4 ounce of simple syrup, 3/4 ounces of lemon juice. And to make the Blue Lagoon, you're going to combine all the ingredients in a cocktail shaker with ice, shake to chill, strain into a coupe or a cocktail glass, or your coffee is not a date, coffee bean cup, and enjoy. That is a Blue Lagoon. I just feel like when you say Blue Lagoon,
I never heard it say like
they say it like that on SpongeBob.
I didn't watch that one.
Oh, yeah.
Mallory loved it.
You haven't said the Blue Lagoon. I don't know why.
Well, it's very
they say
blue,
it
like
that.
the deep blue sea. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cute mug. Cheers.
Oh, we have a very special guest with us this week.
Cheers.
Once again, we have a comedian. We got Reemo Rod from MorethaCultr Podcast.
What's
You're also
going
a
on?
writer on Wild 'N Out. You're also an actor. You also, you do so. You're a comedian. You do so much, Remo. I didn't know all this.
You forgot the stripper now.
You're a stripper?
I do, actually.
Where you strip at?
I do
Private
old
parties?
folks' homes.
Old folks' homes.
I do 401k.
Do you have good rates?
It depends on who you ask.
And
Okay.
do you travel?
I travel.
Because
do
I know
travel.
some old ladies
Okay.
that are trying to one-up somebody for a summer party at a nursing home.
Okay.
Who is trying?
I do divorce parties too. That's really where I
Divorce
get my
party.
money at.
Ooh. I
Okay, so
probably
you're
know a
being
few people.
serious.
Yeah, listen. There's money in hurt hearts.
Period.
Prey on people's weaknesses.
Mhm.
Isn't
Do
this
you-
America?
Do you work alone or do you bring other?
Ain't no other dick but me in the room. Keep
That's
it-
a confident dick.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a lot of dick to sling around for a lot of horny ladies. I'm not mad at it.
Welcome
You know what I'm
to
saying?
Cocktails Dirty Discussions, Remo.
How y'all doing, man? Look at y'all, man. Everybody
you.
manicured in this motherfucker. The last time I was here, no, I was never here. But the
Well,
last
yeah, I
time
would
we
say,
we
what?
talked,
We was a
y'all
little
niggas
rough.
had
Look, I
ball
know-
caps on and shit. Y'all niggas.
I know I looked a little rough.
We did. I mean, it
The glow
had
up
been
is
a long
beautiful.
day. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was probably raining like it is right now.
It is raining.
I
in
know I had a
Georgia.
hat on and probably a hoodie.
But look at y'all.
Hoodies
now,
are
man.
comfortable.
Hoodies are
Mhm.
very
Love a
comfortable.
good hoodie.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
A few quick announcements before we get started. I do want to remind everybody to sign up for Patreon.
Mhm.
Make sure you check the description box because the link for all of our sponsors, our trips, our books, our products, our merch, everything we have going on is in the description box. So y'all make sure you check it out. And then you'll also be able to see the links to everything Remo has, and you can follow his social media and everything from there.
And I think this comes out before Valentine's Day.
Yes.
So I also want to remind everybody, my cousin and Shay Primus, it's one of those last names where you're like, Primus. She is the owner of Upper Echelon Matchmaking. They are doing a Coleman Love speed dating event on February 13th at 7 p.m. We'll put the link in the description. And if you are a Delta or if you're the Bruz, you go sign up. And if you're single and you want to meet another Greek person, then go and have fun with that. But go have a good time. I haven't been to a speed dating event in a long time, but I always like the speed dating events. I always thought it was like really cool. There was never enough men, but with this one, they have like a solid amount of men. So you guys go check it out,
That's
and hopefully
good,
you
'cause that
find
can
your
make or break
match.
it.
Yeah. There's always bitches standing there like, where are the niggas at? And there's 2 niggas that are big bootied and ugly.
Or just can't speak. And they just sitting there like, you gonna suck my dick after this or not?
Right.
It's just like, you didn't even say hello. Fucking weirdo creep.
Mm.
Anyway.
Like we said earlier, we have a very special guest. You guys know we love having a comedian on. It's almost like you don't even have to put an outline together because they talk a lot. No pressure, Remo. We have Remo.
Make us laugh.
Right.
So Remo, if you didn't know, Kiki and I came out with a card game. It's called I'm
Oh,
Curious to
shit.
Know.
This is it right
Okay.
here.
We are going to play it with you. If you're
Well.
listening, if you want to purchase it, click the link in the description and you can purchase it. We have a lot in stock. So we're going to ask you a few questions, Remo. You're going to answer them, and then we will dive into this week's episode. Are you ready?
I am, but I know these questions are going to be crazy.
You don't
You
know.
have to. You
I
don't
do
It's a
know.
variety. It's a mix of questions you should
Some are
ask
crazy,
someone you're
some are
dating.
not.
Yeah.
There are
You would
no
play
mild.
this.
There are no mild questions with you two ladies.
Huh?
There's no mild questions with y'all.
Well, let me go first. And I'm going to start off very, like, this is a normal question.
All right.
Okay.
I'm curious to know, Remo, when is the last time you cried?
That's a deep one.
Well, you know what? I was raised in a household with 3 women. So let's start there.
Mm-hmm.
So mom, aunt, grandma, one
They didn't
house.
let you cry.
Or you got to be emotional.
Or I got to be too emotional. And I grew up in church. So, you know, the spirit of God, I can just look at the leaves and be like, man, God, good as hell, bro. Look at the way he doing these colors on the trees, y'all.
That's beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not an extreme emotional person. But sometimes I do get wrapped up in a good song. You know what I mean? Or
Is that what made you cry?
Or a good memory.
Time?
The last time it was a good song. It was a
What
good
was the
song. It was a song Jay Electronica did for his mom. Yeah,
I'm crying already.
So yeah.
There's a song that immediately makes me cry. It's by the Temptations, really David Ruffin. You know the part in the Temptation movie where he's like, ain't nobody coming to see you.
That makes you cry?
Well, this song reminds me, it's like this, people really weren't going to see
You like
Otis.
trauma.
And David Ruffin was a star. He was but there's a song called I Wish It Would Rain. And it's David Ruffin sings the whole song. And it's just a beautiful song. I mean, you listen to it on your way home. It's a beautiful song. It's a look.
Why didn't I listen to it when I get home? Because it's raining. I need my eyes raining.
And it'll make you cry.
I don't feel like you cry. You cry?
Oh, I cry a lot.
You cry?
I'm actually a crybaby. I'm glad that you said you feel like I don't cry because that is
That's
what
the
I
shell
like to
you
put
trying
up.
to. Okay.
But no, I cry a lot.
Very emotional. What about you?
Yeah.
Oh, nigga, I
like 6 months
cry
straight.
weekly. Like I'm a crier. Like, cause I'm like you. I'm like, I grew up with, my dad is very emotional, very in tune with his emotions. He was growing up. It wasn't one of those things where it's like, and I never saw my daddy cry. No, we did. Sometimes my mom would be like, nigga, stop fucking crying.
The Falcons ain't gonna never win. Stop crying about the shit.
And my dad is a writer. He's a musician. He sings. He's very passionate. I get all of that. When people say I'm loud, I'm passionate. Why are you talking so? I get all of that from my dad. I cry if something moves me. And it doesn't have to always be sad. It's like sometimes if I see something beautiful in nature, I'm crying. If I hear a song, there's a song by Beyonce, All Night.
Beyonce makes me cry a lot.
But that song specifically, it
Happy,
does
sad.
something different to me because it's like she talks about the love that she has in her relationship.
That is a beautiful song.
And how you have to deal and go through certain things. And that's real life.
Yeah.
When I experience real life, even if it's other people's real life and they can put it through in an honest way and I can feel it, I'm crying.
Sure.
I'm crying. If it's a play, I'm crying. There's a Lil Wayne song that makes me cry.
Come on, man.
Ain't that crazy?
It is. Last time I cried, it was because I couldn't figure out how to put all of the pieces back together in my KitchenAid mixer. And it's like 12 pieces. And I was just frustrated because I couldn't figure it out. And then I just went to sleep crying. But the next day, the little piece with the instructions was on the floor. And I read instructions. And I was like, why the fuck didn't they put instructions in here? It's an expensive ass piece of equipment. I cry over a lot lot of stuff. And it's embarrassing. And I put pressure on myself not to do it. I don't know why.
Where are y'all with men who are emotionally mature? Are you guys open to that? Or are you like you like a nigga that's like, suck it up, bitch?
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I prefer that you're emotionally mature. I want you to be able to emote. But that don't mean become an emoticon and just you got all the emotions all day, every day. Because at some point, like, yeah, there's a time and place for that.
Right.
And I understand it's not always appropriate and you do it, but we can't be crying all day, every day.
No, for sure.
We got to figure out something else to do.
Solutions.
Solutions.
Yeah.
But I don't mind the crying. I don't think it makes anybody less of a man.
Okay.
I want you to cry and I want you to feel emotion.
Think that it's not just crying. I love a man that can just whatever you feel, that emotion is that you feel, and as long as it's safe and we're not hurting anyone.
Don't pop me upside my head now. We don't emote like that.
Express it. But I feel like I definitely had to get to that point. I had to get to that point.
You had to grow to that point.
I had to get to a point where it's like you can accept a man like revealing his emotions and like really
that's real.
Being open about it. Yeah. And like letting you know how he feels about certain things. If you need to cry because it's a leaf or you saw a beautiful moment in nature, I do want you to be able to do that to me. That's very special. Like
a leaf?
Whatever it is that is maybe moving to you. There's certain things in nature that...
Did you cry because it's fall?
Right. Did the movie make you cry? Or do you feel moved by something? You're having a really good day and you need to dance it out? Dance it out, baby. I want my man to feel as open as I do with my emotions as I feel. Like I want it to be kind of fair with that because...
And free.
That's interesting.
And free.
That's
like,
interesting.
It is. days.
That's what's up.
It's fair.
Look at y'all maturing and growing.
Isn't
and
that crazy?
and
Like, I am one of those women that
and
used to be like, you need to be, if you fucking me, you need to be paying for my bills. That's crazy. When I look at some of our past episodes, I'm so embarrassed of some of the things that I've said.
It's all good.
Pertaining to men
we've
and
been
dating.
doing this show for years and years and years.
You did.
And that's part of life. Like, you say things, you feel things, and then you live a little, and it's like, okay, mine's changed. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But embarrassment
That's the
is still
beauty.
part of it.
Well, yeah, that is. Yeah, I be embarrassed about all kind of things every day to this day. Probably be embarrassed next week. But it's nothing wrong with it. And I think that that's the beauty of life.
Yep.
Yeah.
You live, you learn,
Mm-hmm.
you move on.
Yep.
What did your parents think of the last person you dated?
Oh my God, man.
Yeah,
Is that a good oh my God or a bad one?
Shit, dude. Are we going to
looks
unpack? Are we
stressful.
going to unpack this for
Yeah,
real?
let's unpack
Is
it.
this
Why
cocktail?
not?
This is CockTales Dirty
Let
Discussion.
me take a
I wanna
sip.
know
Let
now.
me
It sound
take a
like
Should
sip.
we
some
take the
tea.
shot?
Let
Should
me-
we take the shot?
We might need. Well,
You
not
still
not
have a
yet.
shot?
I didn't
Not
take
yet.
the whole shot. Okay.
Oh, I
Oh,
can
you
make
didn't
some-
take the whole shot?
Mm.
The one that we poured before the show?
Yeah. Remember we said
Well, I
we-
put mine in here. That's what that was. I
mine
poured
is
it and
this is a
mixed it.
different drink, and then that's the rest of the shot.
So I'm the only fool that took the whole shot,
Yeah.
and now I got another.
Well, you're bigger than us. You're a man.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Touche.
Got all the man
Touche.
bones and stuff.
All right. So the last person that my mother or parents, I grew up single parent, so
Mhm.
mother. This is very, I'll say it. On her last day here, I was able to see her, right?
Her last day
And-
on this earth, like
on
she
this
passed
earth.
away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Passed away 2020 March, right before, right when COVID was like, shut it down.
Mhm.
Died of a heart attack. But
Oh,
on
Sorry
the
to hear
day,
that.
she asked me about my ex and was like, so are y'all gonna get married?
Mhm.
I was like, nah, ma, I don't think we're gonna do it. She was like, okay, baby, but you a fool.
And what'd you
said that?
say?
Yeah. I
So
was
she
like,
liked her.
oh
She
my
more than
God.
liked her.
Yeah. That was my
What the
longest
fuck wrong
relationship
with
at the
you?
point. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Still cool with her and her family to this day. And it's one of those friendships, man, that's like you see, I don't know if you had parents who had friends of the opposite sex.
Yeah.
But when you see that, you like, when you grow up, you like, somebody was fucking somebody. Like,
Yeah,
it was at
'cause
one
somebody
point.
was.
You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. But
Mhm.
you can really have friends that you've been in relationships with longer than the relationship. And this is the first person ever in life that has happened with.
Mhm.
And
Why can't y'all be together?
no, you know,
Sometimes
You
I
don't
am
wanna
like,
act right. You want to do the right thing.
nah, I took too long.
and then she was like, "Nigga, I'm not about to play."
And
with
she
you.
was like, nigga, come on.
I'm a catch.
Oh,
Bitch.
okay.
Come
Don't
on.
forget it.
You about to waste all my eggs.
Mm.
You know what I'm
We did
saying?
a few
I
episodes
understand
on
saying
that.
moments like that. You about to waste my. You know what these eggs are worth?
I got 8 more summers.
Thousands of dollars if I was 10 years younger.
But I want to
You know what
know,
I'm saying?
how do men feel when you realize that you did miss out on that? Are you still like, well, I had to move at my pace, and so
Yeah, so I had to move in my pace. One thing, not that relationship, but my relationship after that, I have the tools as a
Mhm.
man to move through all types of shit. You know
So
what I
she
mean?
built you up.
She was
Mhm.
she didn't build me up at all.
but that's beautiful. Just hearing you say that you took the time to know that you was gonna play with her if you didn't get the tools
Well,
so you
to
had to
be
go
who you
all
needed to
in
be.
well, some relationships are catalysts, right? And so they just motivate you to look
better.
inside you,
And
right?
that's what that did.
So not that relationship, but the one after that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right. But by doing that, now I have the tools to move forward, and hopefully, you know, the next person that I'm with, that's very, very, we're connected. I'm very mature now in relationships, and it's just in just knowing me,
Mhm.
right? So sometimes men take a long time to get to that point. Sometimes they get there. You know what I mean? But for me, it was a journey, and I appreciate every step of the way.
How long did it take you to get there?
I mean, I'm
I
about
won't
64.
ask you your
Hey, you look
age,
good.
but I
Thank
mean,
you.
I won't ask you your
Thank you.
age, but I just mean in terms of like dating and like seriously dating, how long would you say it took you to get there? 20, 30, 40, 70 years?
I would say 6 solid relationships.
Okay.
And I'm talking about like since out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because men don't count every relationship.
Y'all don't.
You know what I'm saying? Just like we don't count
either,
every.
though.
Just
Who
because
does?
we don't count everybody that we got.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if it's a one nighter.
That's fool's math. They talk about girl math, boy math, fool's math. Who wants to count everything? We're gonna count the ones that count.
Count the ones that count.
Who made me
Who made you
better?
feel
Who made me
something?
worse?
Right.
Who made
right.
me almost go to jail?
If
That's
you
a
got
life
a
lesson.
case that's
I mean,
pending.
not me, but you know, people.
You know. I know you was in that YSL motherfucker. I know you was with Gunna at Maggiano's.
It was not me. It was not me. But I've been watching on Law and Crime. The girls told me where to find the channel. I have a question for you.
Talk about it.
Speaking of maturity, you said all that stuff. It sounds really good. But I want to know, have you ever gone through, even if it was back in the beginning of before you became a mature, strong Black man, you ever gone through your girl's phone?
Ooh,
or
let me
social
tell you
media or
something.
anything?
That's the weakest thing a nigga could do, and I did it one time.
Okay,
Nigga
why you
or
do
woman?
it? Tell us about it. Tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Man. So I was down bad.
Mm-hmm.
When a nigga
you
down,
love her.
look,
huh?
man, no,
Oh.
I
He
was
said no.
down bad. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean down
All
bad?
right, so
Why
look.
were you down bad?
Because nigga, life. We ain't had no money at the time.
Oh, okay.
I was
like
investing
poor
in a
down
lot
bad.
of. No, well, I was investing in a lot of things that had no return yet. So I was learning how to be an
Waiting.
entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, let's just throw money at it. But then, like, you know, as a boss, you got to pay people before you get paid, right?
You the last one to get paid.
And she the motherfucker who buying the lotion.
Mm.
That's how down bad it was. So I was down bad. Long story medium. And I was using her phone because my phone was off.
Damn.
Down bad. Down bad.
That
Now I
is
wasn't
not-
using her phone all the time. It was
But
just
when you
this
make business calls.
particular one time.
She's a real one though, because I would be like, no, you can't use my phone.
You better get you a Google.
Just a
Now.
quick
I don't know.
little-
You can't.
I just
gotta-
need to call 2 people just to make sure
okay.
they're gonna
It's
pull
not
up
you
to the
took
show.
the phone the whole
No,
day.
no, hell
Okay,
no.
because I was like,
Hey,
nigga,
but shout
Hey,
out,
take
hey,
my shit.
what
the
you
fuck?
thought was going on?
but shout out to the niggas that be taking that girl Uber Eats account because they be showing up like
And they be showing up and not delivering shit
Like,
right, and I
bitch,
cuss them out every time, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
You be
Uber
seeing
Eats
them.
and DoorDash, yes, and it's not just the niggas.
It be the
because
girls.
the girls be having the
Come on,
girlfriends
man.
too.
Wait, I
And
don't
they
know
be
what's
coming-
happening.
You ever had
Mm.
somebody deliver some food to you or deliver anything to you from any of the apps, and you see the picture on the app, but it's a girl, Shantae, and then Ladarius comes to the thing,
pull his
at
ass
the
up.
thing, and you looking at the door like, who is this nigga?
No,
Here go
I've
your
never had
empanadas,
that
my
happen.
boy. Like, whoa,
I was
never
like,
had that
whoa.
wait a
happen.
minute. Or they call you and it's like, this is a nigga.
Right.
I've never, because I watch too much Forensic Files. I would be like, I have to call the police now.
You
'cause
can't
Yeah.
do anything because it's already happened. It's like
Right.
you wouldn't know
Oh.
in advance. You think it's just the girl.
I've
Right.
Cynthia's
never.
delivering my chicken wings from Wingstop. And then
So we're
Curtis-
saying that his girlfriend made the account for him and he's actually doing
Yes,
the
because
Right.
his driving record bad. He don't have no
Right.
good license.
This is
He can't
second
pass the
one.
background check. He probably out on bond or
Mm.
he escaped jail. Like it's all kind of ghetto shit going on. And I'd be nervous. And so now Lil Willie, me and her be at the door like, and who are you?
And who is you with
And
my
I'm
food,
a- And I
nigga?
report it every time. I am reporting it.
I would be reporting it too because that is dangerous.
All right, so you report it?
is.
Do you report it for
I
real?
sure do.
Do you get your money back?
Yes.
Or some
But-
credit.
I'm about to goddamn start reporting
But
that
they
shit.
done started telling me you report too much.
Oh,
So
you
now
one
we
of them
gotta
Karen
investigate you.
reporters. You
Yes,
a habitual.
I am a Karen.
Oh my
And
God.
I don't care because you know what? I want my wings and I want them hot and fresh. Why you driving around the neighborhood?
You know why
you're
they be
not
doing
supposed
this
to be
shit?
down on Biscayne. You're supposed to be on my street.
They be doing 2 or 3 deliveries because they be on all the apps. They
They
don't
do.
just be on
They be on
DoorDash.
every
They be
fucking-
on DoorDash, then picking up the Uber Eats.
We gonna have to do a
Your
whole
shit be
app.
cold
I
as
mean,
hell.
well,
episode of
inflation
that.
has everyone acting wild. They gotta make some.
And
Side
I
hustles.
understand
I
that you
ain't
gotta
mad
make your
at
money.
them.
I tip. Now I gotta stop tipping. I gotta take my default tip off.
You take
and I
the
gotta
default
tip
off
you.
too?
I gotta
Come on,
take it
man. I
off
be
because y'all be
default
showing out,
switching.
and I be trying to give y'all a little extra because
Mhm.
I'm being lazy.
Come on now.
Oh, that just worked my blood pressure.
I see your
up.
Bob over
Hold
there
on.
moving and shit.
Well,
Them
that Bob
motherfuckers.
was-
Bob,
Show up.
Bobbiana was going. I got one more question before we move on.
Okay.
Now, I want to know. Do you know? This is a double whammy.
Oh shit.
I love a
It's
double
easy, it's
whammy.
easy.
Little double whammy.
Little double
Do
penetration.
you know? And
Mhm.
if you do, please share your love language and your apology language.
Apology language
That's
is
the
a
one people
great
don't
question.
know so much about. But
Wow.
But you
love-
need to know it.
Yeah, it's important.
So the love language that I like to accept or I like to give? Which one are you referring to?
I mean, they say it's supposed to be the same, but you know.
What do you like to get?
Do your own.
What do you like to receive?
I like to receive physical touch. I like acts of service. I mean, like, I'm at a point where a dick sucking is still good. Mm-hmm. But a back scratch nigga will goddamn go a long way.
A little lotion on the back.
Lotion on the back. Oh my God, I'm a stand-up comedian.
You know how to
rub
do
the feet. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you can keep the socks on. It's okay.
I need to take the socks off.
I got a little, you know what I'm saying, the T-Rex feet. You know what I'm saying? Two little baby.
No, hey. Keep them socks on if you need to.
See.
You can't get in there good if you have socks on.
No, I don't also want to cut my hands. So
I keep my toenails, down.
I mean, from the dead skin. Sometimes it's just dry. It's winter.
Well, I feel like if you eat butthole, what are you complaining about feet?
Come on, Suki.
Because the butthole be moist, and sometimes I know my feet be dry. Sometimes I'm not even just speaking about the niggas because I told you my hands was dry. They're peeling. I don't wash my hands a lot, and it's just dry.
Have you ever ate a nigga's butthole that had hemorrhoids? Take your breath away.
I don't want no cauliflower booty hole.
You don't want no bust down?
Now, if you have hemorrhoids, I'll put some preparation H down there if I love you.
Come on now, that's a little love.
If I don't love you and we just fucking, baby, call that other bitch that you're gonna call if I didn't show up. This is not my job. I was here for a good time, not that I love you long time. You know what I mean? Like, wait, no. Preparation H, like rubber down. I'll go puff it, but I gotta go.
You ain't gonna blow on it after you put it on there? Cool it down.
I love him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll blow. That's gonna make it feel better?
I don't know.
Okay, moving on. Your apology language.
Apology language.
Do you know them?
There's like a test you can take.
So I haven't taken the test.
Okay. You should take it. But in generic terms, when somebody is apologizing to you, what is a way that makes you feel like, okay, not only have they apologized, but I feel like they meant it? I think
accountability.
I feel like that's every man's answer.
Just take accountability of the moment.
You don't be wanting a little retribution?
So that's when I was young.
Okay, you grew out of that.
But like, you learn that hate and festering and bitterness is a byproduct of tit for tat. Mm-hmm. And so now, if you did something against me, now I'm doing something against you, and that got you furious.
That's a need for disaster.
Right. So we trying to be healthy with it.
It takes a very healthy person to really be like, look, I know this was my fault. The start of this was my fault. And then start it from there. Like, no, like I will say that women have a very hard time doing that.
Why do you think that's so?
I think it's because like we need to have a reason for everything. And God forbid, like we were the reason. Like we're the problem. We were the problem. God forbid, if we were the problem, it's like, no. There has to be another problem. There has to be another problem. Like, it's not, there's no way it was me. And then like sometimes now that I get older and I listen to some of the maybe like relationship, not even just relationship problems, just like issues that friends have had. And I'm like, or family members. There have been times I'm talking to my sister and I'm like, wait a minute, rewind that. Right. What did you say?
Right.
How did you handle that? What did you do? That wasn't right. That wasn't the right way to say that. That wasn't kind, the way that you said that to somebody, the way that you were requesting someone do something for you, whether it's your man or not. That wasn't nice.
Have you ever had to live up to the expectations of a family member that you feel like you couldn't meet?
Yeah. But not in like a traumatic type of way.
I mean, everything ain't got to be traumatic.
Yeah, just putting that, not in a traumatic way.
I think I wanted it from people, but I don't think family. Friends, yeah. Family, no. Family, I feel like it's the opposite. Like I've been waiting for somebody to live up to something. An unrealistic expectation is what it ends up being. And then it's like, okay, get over it. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
With family.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yes.
So my family doesn't believe no matter how much I do, it's going to stay. It's going to last. You know what I'm saying? So I've been like
what's going to last?
So, I mean, I've been in like TV shows, films, I've written on shows, I've done everything. And they're just like, well, there's a job fair in about 2 weeks at the church.
There have literally been
times. I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah,
I
my
feel like
woman
no
does
goddamn
that.
job
Now
fair.
that I didn't think about that.
I feel like when
yes.
you work in entertainment, no matter what angle,
Bitch, I'm gonna make it.
it's gotten to the
Entertainment
point
or
now.
for yourself,
Or for
period.
but it's gotten to the point now where it's like when I book certain voiceover gigs or just anything, I won't even tell anybody, a friend, a family member, whatever.
You
I
keep
don't
it
just don't tell
secret?
because
keep it to
people have this
yourself.
natural way of like saying
Littling
something where
it.
it's like now you're like, oh well, is it like where does it air? How much did you get paid for? And it's like that's
Right.
not even what matters. You know how long I've been doing this, and just to get booked is like a really big deal.
Fuck you mean.
I don't even want to tell you. I was going to say you niggas. I don't even want to tell y'all no more
Right.
because it's like this is a win. It's just a
Right.
win. Let's just accept
Celebrate
it as a
the
win.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And people feel like it has to be a multi-million-dollar
I can take care
of the whole family
now.
Sorts for
No.
it to mean something. And it's like, no, but just like you got your job, and I don't want to call it little, but you're getting your little $60,000 a year with your little benefits. Like
Right.
You can't
little
even take
my
a
shit
vacation. I'm
every
going on a
day.
cruise, bitch.
Yeah, and it's
The
like,
fuck?
okay,
Sponsored
but
by.
what about what I'm doing?
Dig.
And people, that part, yeah. Now that, yeah,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
it's hard, and it's very difficult to explain it to people,
Mhm.
the older people.
I don't even try to explain it. I just get quiet. And I know now with the younger cousins in my family who are in entertainment or whatever they're in, it doesn't even have to be entertainment. Just like school, you might be ready to drop out or you might hate it. We talked about this a while ago. And it's like, you got to be careful with like the delivery and the types of questions you're asking people when they are in those
Yeah.
very like crucial parts of development in life.
Right.
It takes
Or
a
even
very
success in life that people don't understand.
it takes
because
a
it's
very
different.
aware person though to really like you can't teach somebody that. You
Yeah.
can't just be like someone says they're an actor like have you been in anything big? That's not an
The fuck you
appropriate.
mean?
You
I
now just
booked
be
and I'm busy, bitch.
you just
fuck-
ask like
what are
yeah,
you doing?
like
Going to the
On
hospital to check
Broadway,
on your fucking
sweeping up.
budget.
So fuck you.
I got in a bad habit. It didn't last long because this was an expensive habit.
Mhm.
But I got tired of people littling everything I was doing. So then I just started trying to be like big boss bitch.
Cocaine
right?
shit.
Then I was like, all right, bitch, so hold on. Because you don't have it like that. I mean, you're doing better than them.
Right.
And that's cute. But like you can't be paying for everything every time. But I did do it a few times just to let the people know, shut the fuck up.
Fuck you talking about.
Because I'm working, I work very hard, and I'm doing something. And while you don't get it, sorry you didn't chase your dreams. Sorry you didn't.
And that's what it
didn't
is,
work
man.
out. But like, hey, I'm doing something, and I'm doing okay.
Mhm.
And maybe I had my struggle period. Well, not maybe. I had my struggle period,
Yeah,
and thank
we
you for helping
artists.
me through that.
Yeah.
But I'm not in that. And I can show you better than I can tell you. And please don't make me do it too much because I really can't afford to keep up with trying to keep up.
But even if you are in the struggle phase, don't play with me.
Yeah.
Don't play with
because
me.
it's still like,
Yeah.
why do that? And people have different like ideas and different things that they want to do with their life. And why not support people doing that? It's
Uplift people.
frustrating.
You don't even have to
Yeah.
support me. Just uplift. Just
And that's what I
uplift.
mean
A
by
win is a
support.
win.
Like,
A win
just
is a win. I
work.
see you
You
doing
don't
your
have to buy
thing.
shit.
This is dope. You're a writer.
dope.
Wow. Like what type of stuff do you write? Not like, have you written with Denzel? No. What?
No, I haven't.
No, I
mean,
didn't go to the Diddy party. I didn't
And
do
to
it.
people
Have
who
you
don't
even met
understand
who
it,
signed your check, bitch?
doing something like that is literally like I equate it to like you just see a woman who has a big bill and you ask her if she's pregnant. You need to not do that. You need to
I ain't
just
gonna lie, though. I did
And
that
stop
one
asking
time,
people
and
all
I
I've
the
will
time
never
to
never
marry
done
do
that.
that
I've
again.
seen people do it, and I'm like, you got to
Ooh.
have conversation first and see where somebody's
And
at.
she was a security guard, so I should have knew better.
You
Like,
should have
What?
known that bitch
She
was
had
not
a
I was
pregnant.
like, oh my God, like, congratulations. She was like,
Sometimes
oh, what?
it's just like
And she
chicken
put her
wings.
hand on her stomach like she has been
Because
asked
she was probably
12
gassy.
times.
And she probably got in the car and cried.
That has made me
Or
cry
crashed.
before when people ask me if I was pregnant.
I didn't
was
see
not.
her after that. I don't know what happened to her.
And I'm like, damn.
Oh,
I didn't eat
Jesus.
chicken wings today.
All right, on that note,
fuck?
we played on. This is why I love playing. I'm curious to know.
It
and
sparks
this
so
is,
much conversation. You play
That's
this on
what's
a
up, man.
date,
Okay.
whether you know the person or not. It could be a new person.
It's hard to
your
get through the
wife.
entire deck because one card can lead to something else, a whole
Over
other
100
conversation, and before you know it,
questions.
you're eating butthole. If you guys would
Ooh.
like to order the game, go to I'mCuriousToKnow.com and order the game right now. We are going to move on to weird sex, and when we come back, we're
Oh, I
going to
forgot all
dive
about that.
into
Butthole.
Reemo Rod a little bit more.
Okay.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. Man is absolutely not necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
And my butthole.
Guys, I've got a good, juicy story. Again, not from Florida. I saw you Florida people were mad. Get your state together, bitches. This one
Duval.
This one comes from Oklahoma.
Ooh, okay. See,
it's some Pottawatomie County. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right, so listen to this. It's a fucking sheriff who's driving a Bentley. Now, that was red flag number one. The sheriff is driving a Bentley that says Invicta on the thing. Now, only thing I knew about Invicta was them big-ass watches that niggas be trying to get to get you thinking that it's a more expensive watch than it is. It ain't like a $5 watch, but it definitely ain't no $30,000 watch or like $1 million watch. It ain't no Richard Mille. Anyway, this nigga takes it, or this person, I gotta
he's a nigga, man. That nigga selling fentanyl. Fuck that shit. Talk the story. Tell the story.
Okay. So he's in Oklahoma City, right? He works down to the police station, just like last week's story. Don't date cops.
I'm gonna ask my sister if she knows about this story.
Him,
my sister's a news anchor in Oklahoma City.
Okay. And I should have got the call letters to ask you if it was her station. Anyway, so he's on a date with his wife. Now, is it really his wife? I don't know. It's just this is all allegedly. So they go down to Christie's Toy Box, which is Christie's Toy Box is a sex toy shop out in OKC. So this was very late night. So they go in the store and the woman friend that he's with is looking at the big black cocks. Okay, I added that. She's just looking at sex toys that are bigger than his dick. He's a white man. And I just assume that she's looking at the big black dicks. But I think my assumption is safe following the events that happen next. So she's looking at the dicks and she's like, these are big and I want to fill them up my fat, wet, pink pussy. And he's getting mad, right? And he's really, really mad. So his name is David DeWitt. Sounds like little dick syndrome. But anyway, David DeWitt is getting very upset. So he's like, you don't need this fucking shit. I have a smaller dick than this, so you don't need this. So he's like upset. And he's like raising his hand like he's about to backhand this bitch, right? Like it's just giving ghetto.
It's giving ghetto.
It's giving ghetto. So then the clerk at the store is like, well, hold up now.
What y'all doing?
What's going on? Like, I don't really like this. Like, this isn't really my business. But I also like pro women. I don't fuck with this. So he's watching and he says something to him and he's like, you need to chill out, bruh. So he got angry. And he got angry at the girl. And he said, these are bigger than me. This is not what the fuck you need. The clerk intervened, told David to stop raising his fucking hands at this woman because he was going to call the police on him. And then he said, fuck you. I'm a cop. He probably said it like, fuck you. I'm a cop, bitch.
Fuck you. Listen, let me tell you something, bitch. I'm a goddamn police officer.
Yeah, you know exactly what he did. Yep. Okay, so they have their little back and forth, and he tells him to leave the store. He doesn't. He's like, I'm going to keep shopping because I'm a cop, and I run this fucking town.
About dicks I want.
In Poochie Coochie County, Oklahoma. So they continue to shop, and then he brings the stuff to the counter. So check this out. So they bring the stuff to the counter. Now, the clerk is like, do you guys need batteries for this big toy? You need batteries for this. That set David off. David's like, you should ask me if I need fucking batteries before you did this. And I don't know why that set him off so bad, but he went around that counter and he started to open up a can of whoop ass on him. And he started beating him up and he was punching him and doing all kind of whatever you do when you open up a can of whoop ass in Oklahoma. And the clerk was just like, well, damn, bro. Like, I just asked if you wanted some fucking batteries because you're obviously not powering this big black dick. And he had it. So he decided, David leaves. He allegedly looks at the cameras. He sees their cameras. He's like, we should call 911 right now. And so the clerk is like, no, you just need to get the fuck out of here, you fucking fucktard. And so they leave. And so David gets stopped by a state trooper.
Oh, not David.
David is the one that was whooping ass on his wife. So he gets stopped by a state trooper. Everything's okay. They think they're going to let him go. But the dude, the clerk at the store, he had blood on his face, blood on his shirt, blood on his clothes, evidence. I don't know what was going on those cameras, but I know that something was going on with that Bentley because the Bentley got it shut down. That man didn't get no charges. The man at the store, he called, the dude went to jail. but just jail, not prison or nothing. And they let him go. And then it was all just fine. And they made these crazy statements like it was all okay. And it was just a mess for no reason. But long story short is, I think David DeWitt has little dick syndrome, because why the fuck would you call such a kerfunkel in Chrissy's sex toy box if your dick was big enough to just like fuck her? You're mad because she had looked at the bigger dicks that needed batteries to fuck her.
I wonder if we could reach out to Chrissy's sex toy box and see if they want to sponsor an episode.
We could try, but they're not making any statements right now, and neither is the Patootie Coochie County Sheriff's Office or anybody else involved. But David DeWitt got himself a good lawyer, and him and his Bentley are safe.
I'm just really happy.
I think he might be single soon.
I'm happy that the police showed up. I have called the police several times in Atlanta, and they just don't come. So it's
I mean, the police in Atlanta got other shit to tend to.
What the fuck did they have to do with Poochie Coochie County?
Is an emergency.
See, here's the thing. Where the fuck do you find D batteries for a D?
At the D store where they was at.
He didn't have the batteries. Did he have the batteries?
I think they did have the batteries.
I don't think he had the
never been
batteries.
to a sex store and they didn't have the batteries that you needed.
And
that's very antiquated. Like,
so when you buy the dick that licks your pussy too, you get the batteries there. You don't get that one?
I don't get toys that don't come with the batteries. I'm not gonna lie.
I really prefer.
That's like getting a wig without the baby hair.
Or rechargeable. But if it has batteries, it's like I need it to come with it.
Yeah, you need it to come with it. Yeah,
batteries included.
Batteries are included or they're available at the counter. And so they're checking out, and he was trying to let him know, this don't come with the motherfucking batteries. She wants to get fucked by a big ass, black ass dick. You have a little pink one.
You need some energizers.
You need the batteries now. He was trying to help, and then he just whooped his ass. It was like Talladega night.
That's not my issue. I love black men. Shout out to all the fine black men with big old
sometimes
dicks.
They have little ones, and they
even if it's little. Shout out to you, little dick brother. As long as
guys,
your butt ain't big, I love you.
Well, even if it's big, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Sit on this couch or your couch, not this couch. Sit on your couch and enjoy the show.
Okay,
hey, fuck that shit. Sit on your couch and drag your dick, man. I mean, they beautiful. They are beautiful. When I come on the screen, put your dick away. But look, when they start talking,
that's not what's gonna happen. It's not.
Shout out to the progressives.
Mm-hmm.
Equality.
Yeah, you had to worry about it,
y'all. It's New Year's. It is a new year, and you made a resolution to yourself. So get started on your resolution with Factor. So you're ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success for this new year. Skip the grocery stores, the prep work, the cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door with over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, Calorie Smart, Vegan Plus, Veggie, and more. Plus, over 55 weekly add-ons. You'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolution. It makes it easy.
It really does. I have been trying to do better with my time this year in 2024. And one of the things that takes up a lot of time for me, you guessed it, is eating and preparing food. So when I get into the groove of working, sometimes I either will skip a meal, which is totally unhealthy. I need to eat my meals. I need to have that nutrition. Or I spend way too long in the kitchen. Having these meals from Factor that I can go online, select, and have delivered to my door. Don't even have to leave my house. I get the package, everything arrives, and it comes with it's cold inside, so you don't have to worry about your food spoiling or anything. And I put the little meals in the refrigerator. They all have a label. It tells you what it is. The Indian butter chicken was probably my favorite. It had cauliflower rice. It was so good. And so filling. Like, I couldn't even finish it. That was a thing that I was concerned about. Sometimes when you're ordering meals online, you don't know about the portion size. You don't know if the meal will actually be filling or tasty. And it is. It only takes 7 minutes to warm up in the oven and even less time in the microwave. And it just takes a lot of the guesswork out for busy days and for lunchtime, because that's really where I struggle, is the middle of the day. And I've been eating my meals, and it just helps. And I can stay and work and do whatever else I need to do without having to worry about the stress of cooking a meal. Somebody's chef already did it for me, and now it's in my refrigerator, and I just got to heat it up. I love Factor.
And so do I. And you will too. Head to factormeals.com/cocktails50. That's COCKTALES50 and use code CockTales50 to get 50% off. That's code CockTales50 at factormeals.com/cocktails50 to get 50% off. Okay, Remo. So this week we just are gonna talk to you about a few different things. But before we do, I am curious to know, like, shout out to the card game. This is not a question on the card game, but what have your dating experiences been like in Atlanta? A lot of women say that dating in Atlanta is trash. And like, I like to ask men because I'm like, are y'all dealing with the same trashy situations as the women are? Are you dating? Like, how's that going for you?
Here's the thing. Dating in Atlanta is subjective to the events of the date.
Yeah, we know. We want to know about your date.
And what I mean by that is that certain people have certain things going on in their lives that supersede where they're at, right? So they can be on a great date, but then they got a nigga that they have on the line that might text them during the date. So they have to respond to that, or the energy changes, you know what I'm saying? Or they might be down bad, because there's a lot of girls that's down bad coming to Atlanta looking for the ballers.
Or African king.
Or African scammers.
Now, how you go from king to scammer? But we asked you about you.
I said king.
Yeah,
well,
king.
people think that I'm from Ghana or some shit. Like, this guy got a broad nose, you know what I'm saying? I got a real Jonathan.
And the head and the jaw.
You see a hookah owner when you see me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I feel like look at how your hand is shaped.
Come on
right
now,
here.
well
this
to
hand
do.
right here.
That's Wakanda. You can't even turn that motherfucker.
Wakanda forever.
But no, when it was right here, it was a hookah right here. I could see it. I could visualize it. But we're not talking about general. We're talking about you.
What's
Don't
your
try
dating?
to skate.
What's your
Don't
dating
try to
experience
scoot,
like?
skate.
You saw me goddamn skating.
You did
I did
skate.
skate.
Goddamn backward skating that motherfucker.
You skate. This is not cascade.
All right, so
When was the last date you went? Like, when was the last time you went on a date?
Yo, man, dating in Atlanta is crazy, bro. All right, so here we
That's what
go.
they all say.
Here we go.
He's
Here
doing
we
it.
go.
He's doing a starter pack.
Here we go.
Oh, it's crazy.
I had one girl. We went to Top Golf, right?
Sometimes
I
I
hate Top Golf. I think it's the worst first date, but go ahead.
Sometimes I like to
It's
do
an
shit.
activity.
Thank you.
We're going to give him that.
Sometimes I think
I hate that
sometimes you got to put an activity or coffee. It depends on who you are
Not
and what
coffee.
the person.
My
Yes.
cup literally
Look at the
says
mug.
coffee is not a date.
Coffee is a date.
No,
Because
the fuck it
coffee-
is not.
Coffee.
Medina's right.
Hey, guys.
You're wrong.
Coffee is a date because you
For
get to
who?
know who the
A
person
senior
is
citizen?
outside
A
of
business
anything.
partner.
You know what I'm
A
saying?
business partner.
Because that's all that
Yes,
marriage
a
is.
Well, no, you need marriage, you need love, you need sex, you need
Well,
happiness.
And you need
Okay,
an
well,
LLC.
wait. Well,
the
hold
motherfucking
on.
keep the shit going.
Do you really feel that way, that marriage is just the business? Because I'm
Okay,
all
you're right.
with it,
So,
that it is a
not
business.
just-
I agree.
Not just, but when you're under the guise of tax in America, you
I
have to
get that
know
Yeah.
that certain percentages are given more to the people that are married.
But when you're looking at this person, are you looking at taxes, or are you looking at
Love
I love
and
this
happiness.
person, and then
I'm an old
you
school
look at
nigga.
okay, how does this work for us financially?
Well, if
What
you
are
are
the best
also,
things?
you're not looking at finances or taxes.
Yeah,
Well, how old school? Because maybe he's just looking for somebody to raise the children and farm and lambs and
that
goats.
still ain't taxes.
And
you
and
know what?
finances.
You know what? I'm looking for an old school Coretta Scott King, Betty Shabazz.
Jonathan Majors, get the fuck out of here.
But all I'm finding
the
is
fuck.
Sukianas and sexy reds.
Because that's what's in your vortex and in your energy.
And what is Jonathan Majors giving?
Jonathan
What you
Majors is
giving that
giving
he's
runaway slave.
Period.
A
And-
fine runaway slave.
See, there you go. See, it's between you and Megan
what the
Good
fuck
over here.
is the runaway slave gonna do for me and my future?
He ain't
He's
gonna
a
do-
runaway.
He ain't gonna do shit but get dropped from all the sponsorships that he has.
Period. So what we talking about?
I know all the runaway slaves are rolling in their graves like, bitch, I was going to get us to freedom.
Nat
Okay,
Turner
that's
is
real
rolling
cute.
over in his coffin.
Nat Turner did a bit more.
Nat Turner killed these.
Yeah, he
It's
lit
like,
him.
He was
shit
not
up.
playing around.
Yeah, that's not the same.
But all
let's
right,
not
so
compare.
dating in Atlanta is like this.
For
All right.
you. Like, what have your experiences
You
been like?
actually, not general.
Good or bad? Are you having good experiences or do you agree with the tweets? It's trash.
So I'm not in the Twitter sphere, but what I do know is that there's two sides, right?
Mhm.
There's a girl who really loves God and God's first,
Mhm.
and they have a scripture on their social media, but at the end of the end of the night, they are jacking your penis. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, jacking their penis.
They're
just
lying,
like, I mean, I don't want to sit on it, but it's like I just love to look at it. And it's
like the fake virgins who be like, "Oh, I got pussy in my asshole, but not my pussy, so I'm a virgin."
I had a baby when I was like 16, but like I've changed, I'm like, bitch.
Or I gave it up, so I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. All right, and then you have the other side where it's, they're just like sizing you up.
Because they're bosses and they're at women empowerment events every week. They went to the Sarah.
They're bosses or they're basic. It's probably one of the two.
Okay.
Like either you up or you down. Either way.
I mean, honestly, real bosses don't put financials over. I wouldn't say potential because potential seems like it's a long way away. But just like actively pursuing, actively doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can have you can have $500,000 in the bank, right?
Okay,
Cash, liquid. Podcast is doing good. Everything is great. Dog is in fucking training. You have everything great.
We're ready to go to
your
the
bob
AKC.
is nice. Fuck the rain. I'll get it done tomorrow.
Both of our bobs are bobbing.
I can't wait to get to that point.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck the rain. I'll get it done tomorrow.
I'm getting done
Fuck the rain. You get it done tomorrow.
I need this swoop to last.
You know what I'm saying?
My swoop is done. I'm over it before we walk outside. I know. Repress
is cool. You good. And then you meet a guy that you really physically are connected with. And then you sit down with him and he's like, I'm a barber, but
You can cut my dog's hair?
See, so no, but I can train. And I'm thinking about starting a mobile bar. Like a mobile bar for like barbers. But then he's like, you still getting $15 a cut. So like, nigga, you got to cut 10 fucking 15, 20 heads to get $100 fucking dollars. You can't buy my hookah. You know what I'm saying?
You shouldn't be buying my hookah.
You're going to get $100 a day.
I'm looking at you sideways twice.
So people are sizing you up based on the questions they're asking.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I will say, like, when I sometimes see it on Instagram, the way that people put it, it's like everybody's like, well, you're not going to date a bus driver. You're not going to date a barber. You're not going to date a janitor. And it's like,
I'm trying to be realistic with what I got going on.
That's what I think people, everybody's like, listen, you're going to date who you feel you are attracted to and who you like. There have definitely been people in my life that I've dated and I'm like, I said I would never date someone like you. Now, after I finish dating you, I won't do it again. Okay. And I learned the lesson. But it's like, I think that it is very much okay for someone to have a certain type of plan for life. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they're just only about the money. But like I was saying, I always say that like, I won't date a lawyer because I look at it's not, money matters, but also money matters. But it's like a lawyer. I look at the time that you don't have for family. Every lawyer I know, it's like, you don't have the time to give a family the type of structure that I want. I want the dad to be present. Lawyers can't really be present. You got a lot of paperwork to do. And kudos to the people that, I'm not shitting on lawyers. Like, doctors too, do your thing. Y'all are doing, but it's like, it's a different family dynamic in the household. So I understand if somebody says something, you don't have to be disrespectful, but I see if someone's like, damn, like I'm a realtor and I'm making whatever I'm making and I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to do certain things. And I just know you're not going to be able to do that. I also don't want to make you feel bad about that though. I can respect you and not date you because of what you do. I think people just need to be more respectful. I don't need to shit on you. Do your barber thing and maybe you'll make it to a level that you're trying to make it to. But right now I'm at a point where like, I do want to be able to just like get up and go on a trip and you got to cut 1,000 heads.
Can I ask you a question?
That's a good part.
Go on the trip.
Can you go on this trip by yourself?
Yes. I can go on the trip by myself. I don't want to go by myself though. Well, no, but that's not the point that I'm making. It's like, if I'm talking about me personally, I don't like traveling by myself. Period. Like I love when women do the solo trips and come on the Paradise and Vibe trip. If you want to travel solo, please do it. I'm not a solo traveler. Can I do it? Absolutely. I'm also a budget traveler. I'm not the type of bitch where I'm going to Turks to go do a lavish trip and sit down and we're going to take pictures of our toes in the feet. I'm the type of toes in the sand. And we're being bougie and we're drinking
that's not your vibe.
That's not my vibe. So no, I'm not doing that trip by myself. But what I will do is go to an island and hike through a village where people don't even know where it's at. So it's like, I'm going swimming with whales in Antarctica. I'm not doing the bad bitch trips, but I could do the trips that I want to do on my own. If it's going to be like, we got to plan this for 5 years because you have to cut 3,000 heads, I understand if someone's like, I don't want to do that.
That's
and
what
it's
some
not a
niggas
judgment.
are, bro.
It's not a judgment.
And that's fine for them
but that's
to
what
be there,
dating
but
is
that's
for.
not a-
Date and
that's
figure
not
out
a
what's going to
match.
work for you. But people
you
don't
gotta
have to
find a
get
match.
disrespectful with it.
Okay, so do y'all?
So it's nothing wrong with
The girl
saying
that wants more, and there's nothing wrong with the man that doesn't want to give it to her.
Facts. But do you
Period.
understand that the men who want more, or I'm sorry, the men who can give more, and the women that want more, their time might not match up, right?
And that's-
Because
all of that
there's
is
a lot of
fine.
work to do to live in a certain tax bracket that the government can take damn near half of
Absolutely.
But you know what?
You know what I'm
Sometimes
saying?
I do know what
I
you're
get
saying. I know what you're saying.
And sometimes I feel like people try to make it sound less attractive, the things that people want. Like wanting to be able to travel, wanting to be able to go on these trips, wanting to be able to do these things with somebody who's on the same page as you, because it's rare.
Mhm.
Most people are not able to do it, and we get all of that. And that's fine. But the bottom line is, hey, everybody doesn't have to be cool with everything. You can't do everything. Nobody's going to do everything. But if you want to go on a trip and you want to travel the world and you want to see certain things, find somebody who that matches up with. If you are a man who cannot afford these things, who doesn't desire these things, so sometimes it's not even a money thing. Sometimes this just ain't
Some
what
people
you
just
want.
don't want to travel.
It's not your thing. You don't give a fuck about it. It's like, why the fuck do I want to see the world? I can go to Miami and
We got
we'll
lemon
look at the
pepper
same
wings
fucking
in
beach.
Atlanta. Shit,
I
a
don't
lot of
live
folk
with
we
I
going.
don't want to eat all these fucking exotic fruits and this fucking fruit shit. I want to eat fucking chicken wings.
Right.
And I want to be in Miami looking at big booty hoes. And that's
But
fine.
that's why, just what we said, I was like, okay,
Have a
maybe you don't want to
conversation.
travel and you do want the lemon pepper wings and she does. I think that's why it's just so important for people to have the conversations around like what you actually want in a relationship, from a person, just in general.
in
It
a
doesn't,
relationship and just like in a travel
and
partner.
it doesn't all have to do with finances. You can go on very budgeted trips. I travel
And
a
see-
lot.
Question,
They are
question.
not lavish
Right?
trips.
What?
When you're doing solo trips, you're budgeting, right? Because you're
I'm
trying
not doing
to
solo
find.
trips, just to be clear. I don't
I
like
will.
it.
All right, so but you're just finding the best bang for your buck.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? When you're in those same situations with your person who's sponsoring the trip, your significant other, whatever, are you doing the same budgeting principles? Are you bringing budgeting to the table? Are you just like, so you saying we going to?
Well, no,
Here's my
I
thing.
feel like
Oh.
there's different levels to it. There have been times when I have been that person where it's like, absolutely, I'm not paying for none of this. You're paying for all of it because of whatever that situation was. My boyfriend now, my man now,
Mhm.
I have no problem paying my part of whatever. If it's a need for the help, if it's like you would have picked this hotel, but I would like this hotel, or you don't want us to use Ubers and you want us to walk everywhere, but I can afford to get the Uber, I'm going to add in where he's okay with me adding in at. Most
Just
of
a
the time,
supplement.
yeah. And if he doesn't need me to, sometimes when he hears my wants and needs, he's like, "Okay, I actually can do that, but this is just how I would have done it." But me adding in what I would add into a trip, it actually does make it better. And so like we do our thing. But if there's a time when it's like, I need to get the flights, I have so many Delta Sky miles. I'm not even really paying for the flight. I got it. I have hotel points. I got it. There are ways to get it if you don't even got it.
And so any.
And for me,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
which is different. If I want it, and this is how I want it to be, this is how it's going to be. Whether I have to pay for it, whether I got miles, whether I got points, whatever. If this is what I want, this is what I want.
Right.
And it's just going to be that.
Right.
We're not about to argue about it. Because
Yeah.
I'm not about to be roughing it when I don't want to rough it.
But there have been several times when women do rough it because you want to.
You're trying to.
You don't want to
it's like a
embarrass your
pride
man.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
like, let's have the reverse of that too. I got us, baby. Stop. Let's
because
stop
I would
being
rather
so.
say, hey, don't worry about it, baby. I got it. Because I'm not doing that. I don't want to be uncomfortable. If I can avoid being uncomfortable at my expense, I don't care if I got to pay for me and you or just me.
Mhm.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be uncomfortable. I want to be uncomfortable because I want to be able to enjoy the experience.
Right.
And if this shit is about to make me not enjoy it and I feel like it's about to be raccoons fucking knocking on my eyelids, I'm not doing it.
You have to know the person that you're with. And obviously that takes like you like the person and you want to get to know them and you want to make them happy. My boyfriend is someone who he doesn't mind like walking miles. If I'm not,
don't want to walk no miles.
If we're not hiking, I don't want to do it. If I'm in heels, and I feel like sometimes men don't recognize it. I have heels on and I'm natural.
She being cute.
So now we're going to get to where we're going and now I look ugly and I'm mad and the whole night's wrong. You're not even getting no pussy. I'm mad. I don't want to do that.
I wish we would be in a whole nother area code and you ain't giving up.
And now
she's upset because
now he knows.
Well, don't wear the heels.
Now he like at first when we were dating, he would be like, "It's just a mile," but it's just a mile that's gonna fuck my whole hairstyle up. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So if I have to get the Uber, then you say that if you can't get it. But if you're just saying you want to walk because you want to walk, my hair is gonna get fucked up. I want to be cute at the opera. And no,
or at the temple or wherever the fuck y'all are going.
We are going to the mosque. It ain't no need to be goddamn cute at the mosque. You trying to get other niggas who's praying to Allah.
If we're hiking and we know I don't need to look cute, that's different. But we need to discuss that. We not just after dinner. You gonna walk 3 miles? No, nigga.
Yeah, that's goofy. That's goofy.
Have heels on.
Y'all niggas need therapy by that part.
Blood pressure up again. You still didn't take your shot.
Oh, did y'all?
Oh, yeah. Oh, he talked about it in the beginning when we did the questions.
Okay, I am about to
you're doing tricks
to take it. Okay. And we're going to really let you talk because a lot of times when we have men on, people do say that we don't even let y'all talk. What are things that matter to you when you're thinking about taking a woman seriously?
Is this a time where you got to...
I have to pee, but I'm listening. I want you to talk. No, I really want you to talk, but I'm going to
Do we need to pause?
No, we don't need to pause. I want you to talk. I can hear you.
You can hear me while you pee?
I'm going to walk this way.
Okay, walk this way. Hey, y'all, watch it walk. Look at her goddamn. All right, so re-ask the question so we just give her more time to...
What are things that are really important to you when it comes to dating a woman seriously, like taking a woman seriously? Like you go on a date with her, you meet a woman, she's attractive to you, you want to know more about her, right? And you get to know her more. Y'all go on dates and you're getting to know her and you're paying attention more to like what matters to you as far as like taking her seriously. What are some of those key things that you're like, oh wow, like she is... I don't know. The first thing that comes to mind is if you're at dinner with someone and maybe you're at a restaurant where it's like you order the big plates to share. Okay. She doesn't just start digging in and make her own plate. She makes your plate. Yeah. She's like, the pasta comes out, the salad comes out. She's putting it on your plate first. Things like that. I pay attention to stuff like that. It's like, oh, wow, that's attractive to me. I like that she did that. No, fact. What are things that you like that women do that's like you're automatically putting them in? What happened?
Did you pee already? That's crazy.
I was just trying to interrupt the shot.
No, nigga, no, come on in so they can know how fast you pee. This is the fastest pussy on the goddamn side of the Mason-Dixon line. God damn.
A little bit.
So what are the things that stand out to you that make a woman stand out to you in a serious way? Not I just want to fuck, even if you already fucked.
Yeah. I mean, so standout is every man wants a woman who can make life easier. Same way with a man. I'm sure that you guys are looking at men and be like, he just makes life easy. He just you know what I'm saying? It has a certain presence.
Without any argument. That's just what you do.
That's just what you do. And so
peace
for
to my life. Oh, Lord.
And it seems mundane, but if a man is financially okay, you know what I'm saying? He's just doing his thing, right?
About that.
Then save me any dollars you can. If you save me $10, damn, I love you 100 times that $10. You know what I'm saying? If you be like, damn, I found this coupon, I found this way to get us some extra shit. You like, oh, you finding extra shit? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because what it is you're matching my efforts. So every man is looking for a woman who matches his efforts. You know what I mean? So I get it when a woman gets a man who has no efforts and she's really matching that shit. And like, nigga, I ain't doing shit because you ain't doing shit. It was like, well, okay. But like I said, you know, I'm a little old school with it. So I like a good, kind, soft spirit, easy, low
Maintenance?
No. Not low maintenance.
Profile?
Low to aggression. Low to spazzing out. Calm. Because as entertainers, we're met with so many different spirits.
Mm-hmm.
And so you need somebody when you come home, they're just like, oh my God, I'm glad you're home. You good?
You my peace.
You my peace.
That's
And so, you know, we're looking for peace, but we're also looking for a partner who can fight this battle with us. Now, I was with a person who, she was just like, she said something to me, and I want to pose this question to you. She said, I think you believe that I'm stronger than I am.
Mm.
And it took me so long. It took me out of the relationship.
She felt unappreciated.
I don't know.
Well, I don't even know
That's
if
what
it's
it
that. I
sounds
feel
like.
like women in general can just take on a lot.
Right.
It can just take on,
Yeah.
and men in their own right, y'all have your own version of this, but women do a lot. I say this all the time. Like,
For sure.
look, all you have to do is look at your mom.
For
Whether you
sure.
grew up in a single parent household or both of the parents there, moms literally hold the whole structure of the house together.
Can
It's
I say
a lot.
something about this real quick?
Mhm.
And moms hold the structure a lot. We're going to get back to what you're saying. I'm sorry for cutting you off. But
We cut each other off all the time. It's okay.
So I learned in therapy that there's a certain thing of mom superhero,
Mm-hmm.
right? Especially if you grew up single parents, to where a man looks at a woman and says, all women are this standard,
Mm-hmm.
right? So mom did everything with a smile on her face, cooked 3-4 meals a week,
Mm-hmm.
did my laundry, did this, did that. And we're looking for
Somebody to do the same thing.
right? And so it's super mom mentality, but that's not fair to women, is what
It's
I found
not.
out,
Mhm.
right? Because, and I hate to say this, but I feel like unconditional love comes from two places, from your parents and from your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is conditional, unless you have a pet. But everything else is conditional. If I do this one too many times, motherfucker, you out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it is, put the clothes in the corner, cuss you out, cheat, whatever it is. If I do it
Not load the
one too
dishwasher
many
up, right?
times, then you're out.
Mhm.
So everything is conditional besides parents, kids, and maybe pets.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we get to that space, then everything else has to be like, the foundation has to be love, but love with understanding and love with knowing the person that you're loving.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can have different love languages, but the thing about love languages is we always are evolving. So you got to do check-ins. I don't think a lot of relationships do check-ins.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if more relationships do check-ins, then we're able to be like, so how you doing, baby? You know what I'm saying? 2024, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Year 2, what's up with us? How you doing?
Mhm.
And she's like, nigga, I am over this. And you're like, whoa.
I didn't even know you felt like that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I just got you the Louis V for Christmas, bitch. What you
thought
mean?
that's what I wanted, and I wanted a hug.
Right.
And I felt alone.
And so you can be in relationships where you feel lonely. You can get gifts and still feel unappreciated. So these are all things that we have to see through, but have the communication to be able to express this.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're, dealing with yourself, when you're finding yourself, when you're accountable to yourself, you find out like, damn, I'm lacking. I'm good here, but I'm lacking.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just fix those lackings. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
a lot of times we don't get into relationships where we could grow. We get into relationships where we have to be whole. And I think that's a disservice to relationships, because the beautiful thing is you will want to be with somebody who you see an evolution with.
Mm-hmm.
Like I seen the evolution in y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Like for real. And it's amazing. Like your eyebrows look like y'all really doing it.
Somebody
Not
said that
eyebrows.
about last week's episode. Did you see that comment? They were like, I
Mm-mm.
don't care about what else is being talked about, but y'all's eyebrows look amazing.
And I feel like if your eyebrows is right, everything else, it don't.
You did.
I don't give a fuck.
if your
my
eyebrows is right, your future is bright.
Okay, talk that
Come on,
pimping.
somebody.
Talk that
Period.
pimping.
Because your eyebrows do look good.
And so do yours, bitch.
Thank you.
That's why you got a nigga now. You know what I'm saying? When I first met you, she was out in the street like, hey,
My
man.
eyebrows. Ooh.
Jesus.
I'm a little bubbly in here. Why don't you?
You know what I'm
Because we
saying?
can't
Pull a
take
little
this
something
home.
up.
We
Pull a
can't
little
take this
something
home.
up.
We can't take it home.
I didn't bring the stopper.
Oh,
I really
pour
mean we
myself
can't
up a
take
little
this
bit,
home.
too.
Yeah.
Reemo, I really feel like what you said was like, I love to hear men talk like this. I love to hear people talk. It takes two to tango. And I feel like a lot of the times in dating, because to me, that's where it starts. When we jump to marriage and everybody's still, or you jump to like having a baby.
What's where it starts?
Just like how your relationship is going to go, paying attention to people's
Like
habits.
those little conversations. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the habits of them. It's like we just talked about this last week with Jesse. It's like somebody, and I know several people who have done this. You're dating someone, you're not having a baby by them, and now you want to get married. But from the jump, that nigga said he didn't want to get married.
Ain't no changing on niggas,
And you
man.
somehow believe that this would change because now you're pregnant. The nigga didn't want, one thing, men and women are not the same. We're not the same. Women, we can sometimes be like, oh, I'm going to change for him. Niggas don't necessarily do that.
I think when people, men or women, when your mind is made up, it's made up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think men make that same mistake that what you're talking about with your girlfriend. Men make the same mistake and think that because we're women, they think that we will change our minds, because we do often change our minds about things, and we do fold on a lot of things that we say we would stand so strong on. But y'all better get the fuck.
Everybody needs to pay attention to what whoever you're dating is saying before you get married and have a baby.
It is very rare that it happens, so you need to trust in what the person is saying and go with that versus your hope and your dream.
You need to look at the life that you want and don't try to make somebody fit that. It just doesn't make sense.
Find somebody who wants to be in that life that you want.
I don't want to have a child and a marriage with someone who does not want a marriage nor a child. What type of human being you think we're about to bring into the world?
Sure don't.
That doesn't make sense. It's like, what? What are we doing?
You know, the interesting thing is too, is we all get to a certain level at different times. So like,
Which is fine.
Say, I like to throw this phantom number out there, like 33, 34 is the age where
shit changes.
Shit changes, right? And so it's like before 33, you might be like, okay, I'll do it. Okay, maybe I'll change or I'll adjust. When you get 33, 34, you're like, bitch, please.
This is what I stand on.
This is what I stand on. I'm standing on business. I'm king.
Either you like where you're at and the path you're on, or you're going to aggressively start making changes because you don't like the life that you want. And it's like, okay, this is where I'm at. This ain't what I want. I really do want what I thought I wanted a long time ago. So now I have to aggressively make changes and do something different because I do want a child. I do want this. And I'm on the path of not.
Right. And so, but sometimes we have a countdown clock in our head that's not realistic because everybody's different, right? Mm-hmm. And so once you come into a realization or a consciousness of, okay, this is what I want. You might be 35 at this point. This is what I want. Okay, cool. But you've been dealing with this nigga since you was 33. Mm-hmm. How can you communicate that to this person? Or do you say, fuck this nigga?
Well, I think it depends on what it is, because for women and men, it is different. If you want kids, we do have a biological time clock. And so I get it.
You don't want
women
no
are having
nematodes.
women older, but at the end of the day, it's like,
what?
Oh, I said that out loud. My bad. I'm sorry. I said you don't want no nematodes.
No, what?
Nematodes. You know what a nematode is?
No, I
okay,
don't.
Don't worry about it. But I just
do y'all know what a nematode is?
It's like it's like a little baby,
something's wrong with the baby.
No, it's like a little baby frog or something. Like it's like a little amphibian. I don't know, but I did mean it. Like you gonna have a fucked up baby, and I don't.
But you're not gonna have a fuck. Yo,
you could.
Fuck medicine.
You need to think about that.
Fuck
and
medicine.
You need to think about that, and y'all can feel how you want to feel about it. But the doctors don't call it that for a reason. You know what that is.
All right, so fuck medicine telling women over 30 or whatever age you're having a fucking geriatric pregnancy.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
It's like, but you are.
But you're. But
it's
like you are. But you're
it's
not.
like,
it's a reason.
You know.
We're not.
That's like when you
When's
go
the
to
last
the
time
doctor
they
and the doctor's
updated
like,
science?
you need to stop eating chitlins and eating salt because you have type 2 diabetes, and this is what's going to happen if you keep doing this. And black people are like, I'm going to eat my chitlins.
They just,
well, you need to stop,
and
Uncle
now,
David.
Your arm.
Your
arm is on
You're
fire.
losing toes.
Your
to
arm
put some
is
butter
on
on
fire.
it. Put some butter on it.
And it's about to be a fried chicken leg, and you couldn't even feel it.
I can't let go of my chicken.
If you having
you
a,
need to. Like, it's like there are certain things. It's like there's rules.
But listen to what you're saying. You talking about grandmama.
Changed.
Your arm, when you 60, 70,
Yeah,
okay.
but you can maybe bypass that if you change it earlier.
So every girl need to have a kid in their 20s.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
but you could do it before 50, bitch, because you're not Janet
No,
Jackson.
that's not what I'm saying.
Before 50?
Yeah,
What
50.
we were talking about is if you like changing up for somebody. If you're dealing with, you need to look at your circumstances.
Okay.
If you are 35,
right.
you dating somebody who's
real.
like, I don't want to have kids for 6 more years. We probably can't do this.
Bitch, it's time to go.
This don't make sense for me. It just doesn't make sense for me if I know that I'm a diehard, I want to be a PTA mom and I want to birth my children.
Right.
I got to go. I have to move on from this. It is okay. I feel like Instagram makes it feel like we just giving up on niggas because we are valuing ourselves more and being like, I have to look out for me. This is what I want for my life. It's just
I'm
like
just
how
saying.
y'all don't budge on certain things. Yeah.
They say geriatric pregnancy so early in like
You
life.
think it's early.
3.
No,
35.
Is 35 is when it starts?
35. You think it's early because you're thinking about the other aspects of life. But there are certain things that do not change with science, which is what you mentioned earlier. And the reality is there are certain things that do not change with our bodies as much as time goes on. And we got to be real with it. Your eggs are fucking old.
Your
They're
eggs
getting
get old.
scrambled.
Yes.
And it is what it is. People come on the show and they say, I hate the term. I hate the term. Okay, we all hate the term, but let's be real. We're getting older. There's less eggs. You only have the eggs that you have in your body are what you have when you're born. Right. And the older you get, the less you have. And that's just the reality of it. So we got to be real with ourselves as women, not y'all, because y'all do what you want to do like always. But the women.
So you saying
have to
that
be real.
So all right, so
with themselves.
I grew up in church.
Okay.
My mom was like, "Don't have
Don't you
no
bring
baby."
up Sarah? Don't you bring up Sarah's ass?
I'm not gonna bring up Sarah's old ass.
Because
who is Sarah?
Sarah was
an
old
ass lady who had a baby allegedly.
And she was a character in the Bible.
Yeah. She was a character. I like the way you said that shit. Like,
because I be looking at it like, so she might not have been real.
So she was in a third stanza.
That's what I'm saying. Niggas was just writing the book and was like, Sarah in there.
So look.
I mean, that's what was happening. They're like, throw in the dragon.
Hey, that's real. What a dragon that is funny as fuck. I forgot my point because she was being goofy.
Well, you was talking about being old and having a baby, and you was about to tell us it was okay.
All right, no. I ain't saying it's okay. I'm saying, all right. Mary had Jesus when she was 15, 16.
Mary also was randomly pregnant by a nigga she didn't know who she was pregnant by. And I think it sounds like mental illness, but what do I know?
So you saying that
somebody was
wait,
and it just went crazy?
We not about to do Mary like
See,
this.
that's what I'm saying,
calm down. This is what happens every fucking time. That's why I can't talk about religion.
I'm sorry, but when those bitches just getting pregnant and
let's take some communion.
It was immaculate conception. Now, okay, so Mary got pregnant, and what you got to say about it?
I ain't got shit to say about it. I said Jesus
what
came.
What we talking about it?
I'm just saying, so you saying women should have kids younger? Because she was 15,
I didn't
16.
say that. I just said y'all need to stop acting like because you're 50, it's okay to be having a baby. Because everybody doesn't need to have Benjamin Button. And get mad if you want to, internet, but Benjamin Buttons don't need to be happening all over across the internet. You need to do like I did and get you goddamn dog.
So are you okay with a 50-year-old dating a 25-year-old?
Nope. We talked about that 3 weeks ago.
The appropriate age gap.
A 50-year-old.
What is the appropriate age gap? Let's talk about that shit.
But I will say this.
What's the age gap?
I do understand if a bitch got to have her money and you 25 and it's a 50-year-old king that's about to make it happen for you.
Not a king.
And your family is poor or
not poor.
Mediocre.
You're looking for a way out.
And you just need to get out.
And I feel like this is a great segue into this next question.
My husband was 60 years old and I just want to get out of this life I'm living. And me and Whitley Gilbert want to have a better life.
Before we move on to Indecisive Dan, I think this is a great segue because I put a real, like, this is not even funny, but it's not. I was going to say it kind of is, but it's actually not. I was watching the Jeffrey Epstein documentary.
I watched that,
and everything that was going on now, and like everyone's like, this
are you on the list?
I'm not on the list. Okay, I am not on the list. I don't have.
Are you on the list?
But speaking of that list, and I want to ask y'all this specifically, the man in the room, because I feel like a lot of men. Well, I can't even say this. People don't really vet friends. You might not. I don't think I've ever looked at a situation like the Jeffrey Epstein situation. It's like everyone's like, oh my God, we're on this list, on my list. There are some people that are like, we didn't know he was doing this. We didn't know he was doing this. But did you really not know he was doing this? And it made me wonder, just to ask like the average person, just people in the world. We're not billionaires. We're not going on islands, but we all do have friends. We've been to the sections where it's like, she look a little young. Or you meet somebody, it's like, what's the age gap here? What's really going on here? Like, is everybody okay? As a man, have you ever been in a situation where like you're around other men who you are associated with, or they're your friends, or it's
Little
just business, and they're kind of creepy, and you're like, this is weird, nigga.
Creepy to young girls?
Creepy to young girls. Whether, even if they're legal of age. But it's like, we're in our 30s and there's a 19-year-old here. Or we're in our 30s and this girl is here and she looks significantly younger than us and this seems weird.
Or it's giving passport bros. Those count too.
And the passport bros love to act like that's a cheat, like an honor. That's weird that you have to go all the way across the world to find someone to have sex with you.
Yeah, those are niggas who can't get pussy in their hometown.
Right.
Yeah, the incels.
Yeah. So first off, no. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like I don't hang around.
But what about the rest?
I don't hang around those type of people.
You couldn't find yourself in a Jeffrey Epstein situation.
All right, so here's the thing about that. Kind of like the Diddy situation. You get to a certain level to where you're just invited. You're just invited. Hey, what's up, CockTales? We about to go to the island and shit. They just gonna invite us and shit.
Yeah, but if Diddy invited us to a party, we already know enough that these rumors about Diddy have been going on. I know we're gonna see a child in their butthole.
Before you know the owner of whatever big conglomerate, as we're on our artist journey, if the big conglomerate for Coca-Cola hits you up and be like, come to this island, all expense paid, pull up. How much digging can you do? Or are you doing any digging? Or are you packing your suitcase?
That's what I'm asking you. And then if you do,
don't ask us. We ask you. You answer the question.
I mean, because in the defense of what you're saying, there have been times, it's never been Coca-Cola reaching out, but there have been situations where I know a lot of friends who are hoes and a lot of friends who fuck basketball players. It is, and there have been situations where the girls be like, do you want to come on the trip? And I do say,
I thought it was fun. And then I thought it was a whole trip. I'm not going.
And you've been tricked before where you get out there and it's like everyone thinks you're fucking. And it's like, whoa, I learned my lesson the very hard way. So it's like, I am asking questions. There have been situations on a small scale where it's like, okay, who's going and what is expected? I'm not fucking the niggas. I don't care if it's LeBron. I don't care if it's the one with the unibrow eyebrow. I know that I'm not going to be fun for them. I'm going to get everyone in trouble. I'm going to tell.
You going to tell?
That's not what she said. That's not what she said.
I'm going to tell.
She just saying she know about people who be going on these trips and that's not her.
So I just wonder, like, as a grown man, if Coca-Cola did call him, like, pack your things, nigga, come to the island. You're not asking no questions?
I mean, you asking questions, but you are digging as deep as you might need to find out, oh my God, Jeffrey Epstein is a guy who has babies on the island that they bleed them and then they drink their blood at sundown and then they have kids that come in.
Already.
No. But this is in like early 2000s before all of this shit came out. He's just a dude who's doing whatever in Hollywood or doing whatever in media. You know what I'm saying? Like he just invited me out because I got a million YouTube followers. And so all the million YouTube followers get to come.
His reputation.
I don't feel like everybody on that list knew that they were going to, or knew that.
Only reason why I can't say that is because he had been to jail before what we're talking about. He had been to jail for trafficking young girls.
But that was never in public.
Yeah, but they knew it. The people in that world didn't know that he went to jail.
Well, this is the only reason I feel like I can see why some people may not have known. Famous people, one thing, but like regular everyday people or people who aren't in that, I can see it because people still acted so shocked when the stories came out about Diddy. I've been hearing about these stories about Diddy since I was a wee girl. To me, it's like, y'all ain't heard about Diddy doing this shit. Y'all are acting like it's news.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's news for news, but like, y'all really, the people that keep up with the celebrity gossip, you're acting like this isn't something that has been talked about forever. What are we talking about?
Let me ask you a real question. Have you been to and I'm not saying industry party because that sounds kind of cliche because Atlanta happens all the time, but have you been to an industry kickback to where it's been like, it's no paparazzi.
I've been to an industry situation where I could see that it was this, I gotta go.
Right.
Wait, finish the question.
Well, just where it's like, it's no pressure. It's like everybody's like, damn, this person is just really genuinely being themselves. In media, I would see them as like something different, and they're just like, they're cussing up a storm. Like for instance, not to put nobody under the bus, because I don't think this is like no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But I was doing a movie, and I said, fuck it, call the gospel. And it was all these gospel artists. They were cussing up a fucking storm.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, damn, Yolanda Adams, you just going crazy. You got on Sean Doc Carter's, nigga. Like, you cool as fuck. Like,
see, but that's like a normal
but that's what I'm
human
saying.
thing. It's like people do cuss. I think that like, look, you're looking at it like that. It's like
we're going
someone's
to take
cussing.
a shot like everybody else is going to take a shot.
We're going to take a shot like everyone else is taking a shot. But I also did just learn about a pastor because I've been trying out different churches. And my boyfriend's sister is telling me about this one church. I think it's called the Oasis.
You've been trying churches.
I went to church yesterday, girl. I went to live.
Oh.
I went to live.
Okay.
What did you
Me one
think
day.
about it?
So this was my second time
I don't like the big
attending.
churches, I'm gonna be honest.
It's not
Okay.
big. They don't even have a
Okay.
space. It's in a high school.
Uh,
But you can't tell it's a high school unless you look at the signs.
I understand what you mean.
You get what I'm saying? But it's still a nice.
It's still
They have a
in high
place for a
school.
sanctuary.
They have a place for a sanctuary. The
Lift
pastor
your
is
hand.
fine, but he's married.
No, cut it
Um,
out.
I'm
I
so
don't need to be getting
sorry.
distracted.
We just discussed.
I'm so sorry. I
Okay,
know.
go ahead. Sorry.
But this is my second time going. My girlfriend Jen invited me this time. And at first when I went, I was like, dang, he's talking about his prison situation too much for me. And there is a part of church that I like it to be a little bit traditional. And it's not traditional. He was in prison for drugs. But there's also this time when I went and I attended a thing this morning. They're doing this. Anyway, I feel it was so churchy right now. I went this morning
you
at
sound like it.
7 a.m. and like I see like a something in them that I like, but it's called Live, Liiv. I also thought it was weird that it's named after a club, but
I was about to say.
yeah, but the
that's the
churches are
fun
starting
to
to do it now.
do.
There's Live, there's Dream, there's Destiny, Oasis. I think they just are trying to cater to the young people.
They
but
are.
Let's
They are.
just keep it Old Bethlehem.
No, let's not.
St. John. I liked it. You should come with me one day. And it's young people, like, but everyone's dressed appropriately. Booties ain't out. People aren't in there acting.
Now, are they? You answered it.
Yeah, it was he was like, I was like, I actually do like him. I'm gonna give him another chance. I'm gonna go again on Sunday. Dang, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Talk about church and
You and your dude went?
Oh no, I was talking about the differences in the industry parties for men and women.
Mhm,
So a
mhm.
woman and a man can go to an industry party and everyone's being themselves.
Right.
And for you as a man, a straight man,
Right.
it is different for us to go to an industry. I've been to several industry parties and there have been several people that I could also out, you're a creep. And you being relaxed
All right,
and
so
you
a
letting
creep,
your guard down is very creepy. And
so a creep or being you're a beautiful woman, how you doing? And then they're approaching you.
no, like a
on
creep,
levels.
like now all of a sudden I'm in a different room from
Mhm.
everyone else and it's just me and you in here.
And they dig out.
Dick isn't out, but you're trying to put your tongue
Dick
down
is
my
out
throat
or
and you have
in,
a wife.
but
And you have
you're
a wife, and
inappropriate.
you said that we were like, I don't understand what's happening. Now, I've also been the person during the Me Too stuff. No offense to anybody, where I'm like, bitch, why did you go to Bill Cosby's house at 4 a.m. in the morning? But that's a whole other story. But in situations where it's like an industry party, and I find myself randomly like, you have now pulled me away from people, and I'm paying attention to what you're doing. Now everyone's gone. I'm here, and you trying to get close. Oh no, I gotta go. Unless I want this. If I want it,
Right.
cool. But if there have been several times where it's like, this is so your wife is. How did you said we were about to get in a quiet room because you wanted to talk about coming on the podcast. That's not what you were trying to do.
Right.
You're relaxed, and you're lax and being normal is you can let out the Jeffrey Epstein in you, and they do that more with women. And you
No,
think
for
it's
sure.
okay. Not
For
okay.
Sure.
It's
For
just
sure.
not okay.
But there's a lot of powerful women who lay it on the line and say, hey, what's up? Eat that pussy.
Who said that?
I'm not saying
said
who,
it?
Well, I want to know who
but the girl
said
I
it.
lost my virginity to was 18 and I was 14.
You were abused.
It's the
I
same
mean,
shit.
I'm not saying it's not.
Who said
we
it?
just say what it is. Y'all want to
She
hold
was
on
in
to it and
12th
not
grade. I
say
was in
nothing. We
8th. I was in
saying
7th grade.
It was
and get in the
Taraji.
settlement. Hello, Cassie.
No, nigga.
We gonna talk. Y'all need to start talking. You might get paid. Did Oprah do something to you?
Nah, Harpo didn't do shit to me, man.
I'm just saying, like it is
I'm good.
like
Well,
I'm good.
we would like to know if they did.
I'm
'cause
good,
We can
man. I'm
help
good.
you.
I brought the question up because I just wanted to know, like, if people are actually like being aware of who you are just friends with and how they can tear. I'm looking at Chris Tucker like, why were you on the island? Naturally, you think
He
you
was
wanted
doing
to
the
be
Michael
with
Jackson
little
shit.
girls. That sounds crazy to me. The Workers, if you haven't watched the documentary, the Workers were like, as soon as you stepped on the island, you knew that these girls were 12. 12.
Or nieces of Epstein.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to have to cut that.
This is a family island.
No, it's not a family island.
This wasn't a family island?
Okay, but if they were nieces of this man.
Why are you giving people massages? Would you let your niece give a nigga a massage? Would you be like, come here, friend?
I haven't watched this shit.
We're black. Our whole family is in a bunker somewhere being protected by all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they in private school. They're in lacrosse. They doing all type of shit we never had a chance to do. And so it's like, but I ain't gonna lie. When I was young, I had real estate dreams. I wanted a big skyscraper. I wanted an island. I wanted all this shit that rich people want.
That those people had those opportunities. I mean, everybody who was associated with him was not a white person.
Yo.
And they weren't poor.
First off, I'm not defending Epstein.
Right.
Fuck that nigga and fuck all the shit that he did. But I'm just saying, I don't think everybody knew what they were getting into when they were
I look at it differently. I'm looking at it like, I don't see how you didn't know. I look at, again, on a very small scale, girls that I am associated with, and I know I'm not going certain places with you because I know what the men think is going to happen. I'm not going unless I'm okay with it.
But you think those type of girls are getting invited to Epstein or Magic City? You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't matter. The point that I'm saying is I'm not going to put myself in a situation.
Epstein is different, but it doesn't matter.
But Epstein is different on a different scale where it's like he's ruining people's lives.
Oh, period.
You maybe should pay attention to where the fuck you pulling up at, no matter how much money somebody has.
But here's this white woman right behind him.
Epstein or Magic City, the bottom line is the same. Somebody's getting taken advantage of.
And Epstein is dead and living wherever he living in his soul life. Y'all, now we looking at Chris Tucker like, bro, what? Why were you there? You want to act like you didn't know what was...
Obama was on it, so what are we going to say?
I'm looking at that crazy. You want to act like you have you have access to files and you can literally do a whole background check on somebody.
I don't think niggas is doing background checks on party invitations. That's all I'm saying.
What I'm saying is Jeffrey Epstein, when the facts have come out, he has been known to be with young girls.
When the facts come out and you still pulling up, bitch, you guilty. But if it ain't no facts and he's just Jeffrey from the block, like Jay from the block.
He's not Jeffrey from the block. He'll never be. So it's
now he's not.
That.
It's just crazy. Watch out who you spending your time with because they could bring you down if you want to act like you didn't know what was going on.
I don't even know why I'm on this podcast, goddammit. I know one of y'all sucked the wrong dick.
Wait, who?
It wasn't me.
Ooh.
Was it
shit?
Okay, we're going to move on to Indecisive Diana. When we come back, we have some advice letters to read, and Reemo Rod is going to help us give you ladies some advice because you need it.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
Hey ladies, it's me, your trusty date decision maker, Diane. So listen, Valentine's Day is coming up. Valentine's Day, that's with an N, not an M. February 13th, that's the day before Valentine's Day. Do you remember when we had Shea Primus on? She's an elite upper echelon matchmaker. Well, she's hosting a Coleman Love speed dating event. So calling all the dogs and the divas.
We're going to dive into our advice letters. And Reemo Rod is going to help us give you ladies the advice that you need. Kiki, you ready?
No.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready, Kiki?
I got a lot of paperwork.
You got a lot of
Go ahead.
This one is titled, Call HR. My ass is under investigation.
Oh, yeah. She's in trouble. I read this one.
Please keep me anonymous because a hoe over here is doing too much.
Shout out to the hoes.
I'm not sure if this
She's
can
bad.
be an advice or a cocktail because shit, the damage is already done. No turning back now. So it's an advice or a cocktail. So I work for an organization as a VP. There's a gentleman who works there part-time as his full-time job. He works there part-time, but as his full-time job is the government DC ninjas. You know, they love a good government job. I don't know what that means.
Jeff Epstein. Go ahead.
DC niggas just love a good government job.
Okay. So anyway, we rarely cross paths because he works in the evenings and I'm typically already gone. Whenever I would see him, which was rare, we cut the shit and that was that. Well, about 3 months ago, he started coming in earlier and making it a point to visit my office. Some days my various units would call or text me and say he was looking for me. I would be like, he must wanted some tea or to talk shit or carry on. Well, one day he made it known and called me trying to see me outside of work. I dodged him for weeks, but he finally broke a sister down to the gristle meat and I gave in. He came over, helped me put up my Christmas tree, and we had a great time. Next week he came over and washed my hair while we hung out.
Hold on. Oh, first off, he erected a tree and then he washed your hair. This nigga. All right, go ahead.
This is weird unless it was
like
a typo. This continued for about 4 weeks with us talking on the phone in between. Now, I'm a retired hoe. Retired as of last month. I used to be married, and I've been getting my groove on ever since. Probably important for me to note because of my position, I serve as the Title IX coordinator for my company, let alone I'm committing the exact acts I have to investigate and render decisions on.
She work in HR.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Anywho, he came over one particular night and we were watching The Neighbors, cutting up and laughing. As it's ending, he begins rubbing on my thighs and starts kissing my neck. Before I know it, he's pulled me so I'm straddling him and he's kissing me slowly and passionately. I can feel his print against my pussy and her deceiving, conniving ass is purring loudly. I tried to tell her ass to shh. He picks me up and takes me to my bedroom where he lays me down and starts taking off my silk night shorts. I'm no small chick. I'm a size 14 with the derriere.
Yeah.
He's staring into my eyes as he's taking my shorts off the entire time, licking and biting his bottom lip. He begins to eat me out, moving his tongue quickly across my clit. As he's teasing my clit, sucking it and tonguing me down, he inserts 2 fingers. Y'all, at this point, he's still staring at me and my legs start to shake. He takes his rock hard penis out and it's long, like wrap around your thigh long. I'm like, okay. That day he had on those sweats that was all him, blessed Jesus. He begins to tease my clit with the head of his penis, tapping it, then rubbing it, then taking the head of his penis. Why is she saying penis so much?
Because she's getting dick.
Okay. And then starting the tip, then bringing it back to tease my clit. He does this for about 2 minutes and I'm losing my mind at this point. When he finally inserts, I gasp, not only because it's the perfect fit, but because I felt the shit in my damn stomach. He lays on me center to center, heart to heart, and head to head, still staring into my eyes. He is kissing my toes, calf, inner thighs, and my lips the entire time. He's moving in and out slowly. I lost count of how many times I came. He kept saying, "Oh, we in trouble." And I was thinking, I'm about to have to quit my damn job. We finished the night spent after about 2 hours of fucking, or maybe it was sex. Anywho, we both couldn't believe he was still rock hard. Not sure what to do or what will happen next, but I'm about to give up on this horse. So it is what it is at this point. I'm ready to Christian my whole entire office from the couch to the desk to the damn broom closet. LOL. Signed, Dr. K. What should I do? Keep fucking with him or not?
Hey, first off, you got to stop lying. Bitch, write a book. This shit is too descriptive. It ain't no way this shit
That's what I tell
happen.
them all the time. You need to make a book.
Yeah, y'all, were you testing out a page of your book?
Jesus Christ, that's good.
It was good.
My dick hard. I got 25% more dick pill.
I do think you should not do this. You're going to lose your job.
You absolutely
You
are.
work in HR.
You work in HR.
You know better.
You're going to be on the news. Not only are you going to lose your job, you're going to be a news story.
You the teacher fucking the kids.
You don't want to be weird sex, baby.
But keep getting your dick if you ain't getting nothing nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and keep doing what you're doing. See, the thing about it is like, A man loves
Excuse me.
if he's outside, a discreet
outside.
a discreet, play date.
Well, that's what Jeffrey Epstein was doing.
Well, he was.
Well, how discreet is she? She wrote into a podcast, so I don't know if that's.
I mean, y'all got some great listeners who wanted this.
I mean, they keep it discreet amongst themselves, but I'm like, I don't know.
That was very descriptive. That was very nice.
That was very descriptive. Thanks for
Thank
sending.
you.
So what should she do?
I think she needs to
Take a
resign
nap.
from her job.
Yeah.
From the job? You crazy?
Because she's gonna.
She's a new job.
As someone who has fucked someone at work, it always comes out. It starts as a small rumor.
This ain't what you want.
I mean, this ain't the dollar
Everybody's
store, though.
denying it.
This
And
ain't
it
the dollar
ends with
store.
you losing your job. And since you are high up, you need to just
Yeah, she's a
leave.
VP.
Yeah.
You gonna have some big problems.
Yeah.
Big
You don't know
problems.
what
She
he's
needs to
gonna
leave.
hold against you. You don't know what, like he
You
might
need a new job.
We live in a world where you
ASAP.
can be like, something happened to me and now I gotta hold you accountable.
She's a Josephine Epstein.
What's that?
It's
Well,
the
it sounds
female
like a bad
version of it.
idea.
Oh.
Don't listen to him.
Because she's high up in her company.
Mm-mm.
She's not taking advantage, but she's
Mm-mm.
He could say you were taking advantage.
can
He could
very
say I
much
wanted
say-
some off days, and she said I had to eat her pussy in order to get them.
right.
Period.
You wouldn't eat no pussy for your off day?
No, I'm not eating
No,
no
I'm
pussy.
not
I'll
eating
just
pussy
quit
for
and
my
be
off
poor.
day. No.
I'm not coming to work. I said
I
I
go
gotta
to Wendy's.
somewhere I gotta
It
go.
ain't that damn bad.
Yeah,
Damn.
I'm a bad employee. If I'm sucking your dick for a day off, I really wanted to do this.
Yeah, I wanted to suck your dick. I'm not sucking a dick for a day off.
Yeah.
So you're saying a person that's fucking her really wants to be with her?
I'm saying I'm not.
No, I'm saying he really needs some time off, maybe.
And all I'm saying is I'm not sucking dick or eating pussy for a day off.
Yeah.
For PTO, you ain't gonna do.
No. That's my damn time off. That's my paid time off. You think I'm about to eat some pussy, suck some dick?
But
or
they
do
going.
any sort of labor?
What if you get time and a half by every hour you suck
I
that
don't
dick?
even get paid like that. No.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to cocktails.
Oh, we still got that.
Do you know
I
what a
guess I'll
cocktail
read it.
is? I didn't get.
I know what a
chance.
cocktail is. Do you know what a cocktail is?
This is when you mix liquor with something
No.
different.
So on Cocktails Dirty Discussions, what we do at the end of every episode is we share a personal story about dating, sex, or relationships. It is an OG story to yourself. So it can be embarrassing. It can be funny. It can be about sex. It can be about just a date, a weird date, or just a jaw-dropping story that you have told the public. And you're a comedian, so you've told the public your business.
Yeah,
or a
true.
friend or a family member, and they were like, that did not happen.
Right.
It was a good story-worthy story. Remo, do you think you have a cocktail to share with us?
I do.
Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe, 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 was a hoe, 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 was a
Ooh, 2 weeks in a row.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
So when I lost my virginity, we were leaving choir rehearsal.
Come on, choir.
And now we had 2 churches in this church. It became a mega church when we added that extra church next to the church.
Was this the Potter's house?
This was New Birth.
Okay.
So we went from was it choir rehearsal to youth usher board meetings. In between, we had to switch churches. So all the kids went from one church to the next church. Me and this old lad girl stayed into the old church.
What did y'all do?
We went to the steps of the baptismal pool.
That's not okay.
And you know the steps when you go up to the baptismal pool?
Yeah.
And then the steps when you go down? We were on the steps when you go down.
Doing what?
Fucking. I lost my virginity at church on the downstairs of the baptismal pool.
This is a sinful episode.
We was next to the
Oh,
water,
we
so
have
we
gone
washed everything
astray.
off. I was 14. This bitch was in a senior in high school, and she asked me for abortion money.
Did she get pregnant?
I nutted on her
I
knee.
didn't pack
On
up
her
my things.
kneecap? On the kneecap?
On cap.
I need to go home.
All cap.
Wait.
I didn't know how it worked.
Right now.
I grew up in church. I was in 7th grade.
You didn't know how an abortion worked? Or what?
I didn't know how pregnancy
he
worked.
was a child. He was a child.
I grew up in church, very sheltered. Nothing on her
How did
knee.
she get you to do this?
Right.
I'm just curious.
All right, so this is what happened. She had a brother that was my same age. She used to come to our junior high school and drop off Wendy's value meals.
Wait, are you twin? How are y'all the same age?
We were just in the same grade.
Oh, okay.
And she used to drop off that junior bacon cheeseburger with extra nuggets.
And you decided she needed some dick.
I thought she loved me.
Huh?
Because she brought me a junior bacon cheeseburger with extra nuggets and fries and a Frosty to middle school.
I need to go home.
I'm like, that bitch is in love.
Remo, do you know you were a victim, all jokes aside?
I mean, all jokes aside is cool, but ain't nobody going to arrest this motherfucker.
What is she doing with her life now? You might be able to get a check.
I saw her at Walmart about 4 months ago. 2 front teeth missing.
And did you say anything to her?
God won.
Gotcha, bitch.
Nah, she knew. I've been seeing you and shit like around, like doing your thing and shit. Like, I'm so proud of you. Like, bitch.
But I was
You assaulted me.
No, because listen, if he was a lady telling us this, the whole
crazy.
tone would be different.
The whole tone would be different.
Do you feel like you were assaulted, or you really do look at it as funny?
I mean, so you got to laugh at my pain, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like, oh my God, I got pussy when I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
But hindsight looking in, it's like, yeah,
that wasn't okay.
That was crazy.
You know that wasn't okay.
I was hella sheltered. You were all the way in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
You preyed on me.
Mm-hmm.
Fucked on me. Got me pregnant by your knee.
Okay.
Nigga, I got 150 up because she was like, I'm going to meet you halfway. We're going to be 300.
Oh, and you tried to come up with the money.
Nigga, I was motherfucking doing lawnmower shit. I was raking leaves.
And how old were you?
For junior. This all for junior.
And how old were you?
14.
I need to go home.
Big boss.
Because this is what I said. The difference between men being abused and women is like not okay. Like
I don't know if he's serious or joking.
I don't either. And I'm feeling
it's very serious.
It is serious, but are you joking? Because you got a smile on your face. And I'm confused because
so I won't cry.
You know why.
Or feel like an Epstein Islander. I gotta just be like, this is what happened. This is what happened. And so maybe I had to go through all of that to get to the.
To do what?
I don't know. You
That's
know
what I want to know.
You just try to make it full circle.
Well, what's the full circle?
Nigga therapy.
Okay.
All right. Well, all right. Thank you guys.
This is what y'all be doing to niggas.
Hey,
I ain't saying you never fucked a young nigga.
Right now, I'm going
but
to
it's
the
a lot of
police.
y'all viewers that has fucked a young man.
Oh no, I never did that.
You ain't never fucked a nigga younger than you?
No,
you never fucked
we don't
nobody
play.
younger.
We don't play around with little boys.
So you love old dick.
Huh?
You love older dick.
Age appropriate dick. I don't like the old dick. I don't like the young dick. I like the dick within 2 to 3 years of me.
2 to 3 years, my dick.
2 to 3 years, yeah. 2 to 3 years, my pussy is what the dick is given. Okay.
How old have you went?
I've never been older than the person until now. Like my boyfriend is younger than me, but it's by 3 years. But back in my day, I was dealing with very old men, and I look at it now, and it's like I was literally like,
and that was a different lifetime for her, and that's not what she's talking about right now.
I'm not proud of it. I'm not one of those women where it's like, and I was no, I needed things, and I was preyed upon, and it's not okay. I'm not going to have a lawsuit against anybody, even though I could. But it was like I look at it now, and it's like it wasn't okay. It's actually like you were preying on me. Not okay. If my child came to me, if I ever have children, and they came to me, and they're like, she's in her 20s and she's dealing with a 55-year-old, I would wonder what is wrong. What happened here? This is not, it's just not okay. There's age appropriate gaps and there's age appropriate creepiness. And this, I mean, not appropriate. It's creepiness.
Yeah, on both sides.
What are you doing? And a lot of men don't look at it like that. But it's like, bro, you're 60 and she's 25. You're weird. You're weird. You are weird.
Bro, if your nuts is 60 and you got a 25-year-old, you didn't color SpongeBob with her, bro. Like, there's no way. Y'all can't relate. What the fuck y'all relating to?
What are y'all relating to? And that's what we want to know here at CockTales Dirty Discussions, because that is dirty. Remo, thank you so much for joining us. Let our listeners know where they can find you if you have anything coming up.
Okay. All right, so you can follow me at Reemo Rod, 2 E's on the re. Hopefully, it was a great discussion.
2 E's on the re.
2 E's on the re.
I was like,
but it's ReeMorod. I have a new show that just came out called We Are Family with Anthony Anderson on Fox TV. I'm on the road right now with DC Young Fly. I have a podcast right now called MorethaCultr. Culture is spelled CULTR. I'm sorry. MorethaCultr. And I'm on the fucking hottest podcast, CockTales.
MorethaCultr is amazing. Kiki and I have been on there a very long time ago, but it was such a great time. Hopefully we can come back.
Please.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And as always, you guys, if you want to go on one of Kiki's trips, click the link. If you want to come on a Paradise and Vibe trip with me, click the link. Get my coffee mug, get the cookbook so you can learn how to cook for your nigga or your girl. And
for yourself, because I'm tired of y'all being basic.
And
hold on. Can I ask a question? Yes. I know we're over time.
We are, yes.
What's a struggle meal? If you had
spaghetti,
$25,
chicken Alfredo.
Oh no, that's not a struggle meal. I will tell you a struggle
meal.
If you
had
$20.
$20.
You want us each to give our separate answers?
You go.
Okay, I'll go get hot dog buns, some mayonnaise, some pickles, some salt, and some pepper. And I will put some butter in the skillet, grill the hot dog buns, put the mayonnaise on it, onions, and put onions and pickles and salt and pepper on it. And imagine there's a hot dog there. And I've actually had that meal and it is very good. And it is good. And sometimes you can replace the mayonnaise for syrup.
Oh, wow. That's disgusting.
Absolutely.
You can get some hot dogs for about $4.
I would get a salmon fillet. If I was limited to $20, I think it's what you said. Get a salmon fillet. You get that for like $9 or less, right?
Okay.
And then you get the pasta and you get some fresh herbs, which won't cost much. It's going to be cheaper.
Okay.
And you put the butter and you cook the pasta. You melt the butter. You put the salmon on there and the fresh herbs. Chop them up really good. Put some garlic, some aromatics, all of those things. Mix it up. It'll be good.
I'm going to her house.
You gotta try it. I'm going to let you taste it. It's
No.
really good.
Fuck that hot dog without a hot dog.
Why is it a hot dog?
What's a hot dog without a hot dog? How much the hot dog's cost?
It's actually really good.
You were poor as fuck at one point. I'm glad. Look at God.
It was really bad.
Y'all keep supporting this shit.
Please join Patreon. Go to patreon.com.
Please support the Patreon. God damn. Pull up to the live show.
Get the card game.
Get the card game. These motherfuckers is getting hot dogs with no dog.
A hotless dog. Get it. Please support us.
Wait a minute. What did you do with the salmon?
Oh, you can replace the mustard with syrup. If you don't get your Epstein Island ass out of here.
You can just tell me about it.
It was actually really good, you guys.
Who'd you make it for, Zane?
Me and Sade. You remember my old roommate, Sade?
I don't believe that Sade liked it.
I wonder if she ate it now that I'm thinking about
She
it. But
threw it up.
lied.
I think she might have not been home that day yet, but I did eat it and it was leftovers and I reheated it back up.
You made some really good chicken wings. You did make some good stuff.
Yeah, the whole mic is gone. Thank you so much, Remo, for joining us. We appreciate you. Make sure you guys support us so we don't have to eat meatless, hotless, dogless
they
buns.
Need some meat.
We are at CockTales Podcast on Instagram. I'm at Coffee Bean Dean.
And I'm at Kiki Said So.
And until next time, you guys, goodbye.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Population. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Wait on the track. Bye. 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 Goodbye. Bye. 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 Population. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Wait on the track. I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.